Blessed heart of love, royal family, blessed heart of love, internationally, blessed heart of love, brothers and sisters, blessed heart of love, ancients and elders, blessed heart of love, one and all, most high God, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks, my Lord and Empress, give thanks to our King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God, light of this world, His own Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First, King of Kings, Lords of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of Himself and light of this world. King Selassie, Jehovah, Jah, Rastafari, my Lords and Empress, Prince and Princess, four wings of the earth. Give thanks, give thanks. This is an early edition, early Thursday morning edition of our tea time corner, Bless love. Rastafari. I blessed it all, I should have blessed it again just because, but I had done it already in take and ingest, and so I pretty pardon my international family, Right now, as we get into the tea time meditation, I'd like to just give a short glory be unto our Father, unto the Son, and unto the Holy One of creation. As Jah was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, Jah world without end, King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, John, Marcus, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Holy Mama Omega, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Holy family and Holy Trinity and power, my Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess. Give thanks for the moments against family. Time is far spent and rolling. We don't have time for much family. Really and truly. So we have to consolidate everything. Excuse me if I rise myself here a little bit, because I'm in some works, I just finished a background. That's what I have there on the covers, and I'm doing so I'm bringing an ascending eagle on it, I'm putting this and this background that I'm working on, so now the eagle is not finished yet, right? So what I was doing is I was going to film this while it was happening, right? But the meditation just took over, and then I forget to put anything on. So that's what happened. But then there's still the final part of the eagle actually, coming down. Right now he's in the attack mode. What is he going to attack? You don't know. You see, so it's like suspense. So now, this is what I'm going to do on the next page, right? And then hopefully by the time the tea time is over, within the next 53 minutes something, we can have something to show, because people say that your talents, they go away if you don't use them. I'm not too much one that deal that who God bless, no one can curse. So it's like the one that goes more like, riding a bike. You know, everything is like riding a bike to me. You know, so once you learn it, you can unlearn it. You stop doing it and don't want to do it. But if you still want to learn it, you know, yeah, you can go into it and you'll have the same powers and move through. So that's Jah Rastafari. Yes, family. So right now is 2 a.m. That's exactly like 3.5 hours before Psalms reading, which we're going to be posting in the morning as well as when we post this as well. Just to keep ones and ones aware of the kind of energy that the Father is moving with within his soldiers, within his infrastructure, in putting his kingdom together. Because it's expedient that our talents, yeah, this might look simple with this eagle, but hey, Mr. Ant, you know, uh, what is it for? You know, now our embassy is engaged on manifesting the works of those documents that we all saw last week, and those documents represent a way of life, because that is the government of the Most High God, you know. That is what I came to the conclusion of after making my life's choice to seek who God is, you know. So family, it is expedient that we all understand who we all are, you know. Uh, and make up your mind, if you have this turban on and you're not for the principles of King Emmanuel, of love, because love carries, and love one another, and make sure that we all have everything that makes love work, because when people come to a place that says that they're about love, they must see love, they must feel it, everything must show it, and we have the power to make that happen. And right now is the time to execute that power, manifest that power. I don't know about executing that power. I think I said the wrong thing. We don't want to execute the power at all. That power needs to live forever. Or execution is double sword in English language. So this is what we're doing. I'm going to draw this thing, and now this ain't something that come from my head either. It's just some kind of, I don't know if it was some YouTube thing with some eagle that was coming out when it was ascending and something, and I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool. So I just kind of took snapshots of it as it was doing its thing, and now I'm gonna put it in my environment, so that's how I came about, getting this. You don't have to make drawing hard. You don't have to make, your artwork doesn't have to be, anything that is, like super impossible. you know don't be thinking that, this is so hard, I can't do it. No, don't be thinking about that. You're looking at the final part before you start the first part. So everything is steps, right? you know I mean, that's the only thing that you could probably do if uh, if you're not doing something for a long time. You forget the steps, and then you end up, if you don't have the patience, to get the steps, then yeah, spontaneous. You see, now if I was editing, right, I would have done this and just fix this all up and then be back like it have been the click click thing. So I'm not doing the click click thing because in 1 hour Babylon judgment come. It ain't not editing in 1 hour. What editing you gonna do in 1 hour, Rasta? Alright. Okay, get it. So I want to situate myself so that I don't see what's going on, you know. So but I want to see you too and I want to talk to you, so I have to think about this, you know. But I just can't pass from not doing this right now, you know, because I have to do it, you know. Yeah. Let's see, let's break this down a little bit more. Maybe I can put my tear come over here a little bit more. Alright. Okay. I'm not gonna show you my picture. It's my picture. Alright. And then for the purpose of the person who I get it from, you know, I want to really, you know, make it all of that, you know. But yes, as we was reading, I guess you haven't been seeing it upside down, you know. Something right over there. Alright. Yeah, so now those documents, right? Those documents represent the documents of a government, right? This chair could get some. Oh, this chair could get some more. Yes, oh, it could get some more. I feel like I'm in kindergarten again. Kindergarten looks at me. Yeah. Uncheck that ego coming on here. Yeah, editing it. So anyway, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about circles. Alright. Yeah, right now it's light, you know, so don't worry about it. Alright, so it's a light thing, I just drop in. This is part of the beak here, you know. See, so just sketching it. And just put in the idea, and as you see it, why? I got Antalo up here wanting to do things. You see, I'm lucky, you know, because I don't want to take this thing over again. I'm gonna give you a break. Alright. So what was I talking about? Documents, right? Now there's the thing about these documents, right? If we don't exercise the documents them worthless, right? You know? Yeah, it's just paper, you know, on letters on paper, words on paper, right? Ain't nothing really, you know, concrete. You know, so the thing is who's gonna have those papers and manifest them for what they are, right? No, at first I didn't know what these papers meant because I was in a learning stage. So I was humble. I was humbling myself. I humbled myself to want to find out what was going on. What was this all about now? You know? And why on earth, you know, wasn't this information more available, right? You know, why wasn't the fact that, you know, Rastafari is a government, a real government, why wasn't that more emphasized by its members through the work of a governmental affair? You know, because once a government goes through something, any kind of warfare or any kind of judgment, right? Any country that goes through something, it fixes back itself, right? It puts itself back together. I'm getting sidetracked. This is the thing, and this is why it's difficult for me to. Well, you see, you have to break certain things, especially when you're in a state of emergency vibes, right? You know, so you're trying to break certain um, uh, you know, meditations that does enslave you from doing certain works, you know. And this is where I'm at right now. How can I, you know, totally eliminate any kind of distraction that gonna stop God work from actually manifesting itself, you know, because it has to use us, right? I mean, how else does the Father manifest itself? You know, doesn't He manifest Himself through flesh? So then, if He manifests Himself through flesh, then it is us He manifesting Himself. You know, us He manifesting Himself through, right? Okay. So that said, you know, oh boy, but hey man, I have this ego like he's a tough boy. Okay, let me just try and do something here. Some quick. Um, okay, because this is like this, and this is like this. Okay, you see, I doesn't get quiet when, you know, um, only because what I'm doing is not really what's there, you know. Uh, so then I'll start doing my own thing after I'll start seeing, you know, the thing that I was seeing as the, you know, picture for me, you know. So then I put it in my environment, you know. But you know, I just never done it while talking, you know. So this is a new thing for me, you know. Uh, and you know, this is not going to be, done all the way right off the bat, you know, like done. But just to put down the initial line down, you know. Sometimes you might need to go into the tool pan over here, open up your tools, and then come in and take a little. You see how it's coming so far? Let's put it a little. Okay. And that's just sketching, you know, just putting down the sketch of what, you know, the whole thing is going to eventually look like, at least preliminary, you know. And then you can begin to fill in. You might see that, hey, certain things don't fit, but that's okay, you know. You adjust it to your own, right? That's the autonomy you have when you see, you know, another one's creation, and it inspires you, you know. change the creation, let it go ahead and, you know, fulfilling you, you know, and bring it out. That's what being, to me, in my humble opinion, family, that's what being an artist is about, you know. Being able to express, you know, your inner talent, you know. And so when that is done in the way that the Father teach us to do it, right, then we begin to see his pattern, we begin to see his glory, we begin to see his government, you know, and what other governments have tried to duplicate, you know, and haven't been able to, because he only is King of Kings, you know. And this is where we need to start taking into account, you know, that we've never been taught about this King of Kings. Now we see him in the Bible and things like this, and then it should be known that someone actually existed with that title that did wonderful things, you know, for the continent of Africa and black people, you know. So to see that was not given, you know, that's the part that hurts, that it was not given, you know. And since it was not given, then that means we have to take it, you know. But it's not taking it like, you know, civil war kind of thing, you know. Because what we're taking is ourselves. We're taking ourselves, you know, so that we can learn again who we are, you know. Because how we came to this world here was messed up, because this world was already messed up, and the things that were messed up before we came here messed us up too, and messed up others, you know, because of the messed up stuff, right? So in order to forgive fully ourselves, we have to acknowledge that, forgive ourselves for coming up in this messed up thing, and then work to change it. Find the source, you know, find the source that manifested the best solution possible, you know. Find that source, and once you find that source, then you can begin the process of changing, you know, the situation, because now you have the source, you're at the source, working to change the situation, you know. America think the source is their governing institutions, and they're right, because our source is our governing institution as well, you know. And our governing institution is at 10 Miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew, Jamaica, West Indies, okay? Because that's our Mecca, because that's where they started, you know. So if we can't shine from there, we cannot shine anywhere else. Isn't that evident? I know it's evident for me. It's been evident for a long time. I knew it from before. And you know, the worst thing for an artist, the most worst thing for an artist is vision. Marcus, oh my God, Marcus. Marcus I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. Marcus, mighty vision here, man. Wow. Yeah, he did. And the thing is, as a prophet, he manifested the word. You have to manifest it. Because this time, it wasn't about, you know, being by a rock. I'm sorry. Being by a river, you know, baptizing people. You know, not this time around. You know, this time around was like, well, this time around, This time around is about setting up the different institutions, setting up the institutions, setting them up, for people to know that they are self-governing. And when you're talking about people, we're talking about Israel. For Israel to know that it is self-governing. Israel, you're self-governing, Israel, and for Israel to know that the only way out, of the situation that Israel is in is through, the obedience, of our Father's laws and commandments, which is number one, love Him with all your heart and all your soul and all your might and everything else you have. And number two, to love your neighbor as yourself. Finito. Finito. You see? And then, when we do that, we recognize who brought us to remembrance to this? King Emmanuel. Oh my goodness. Then we ask ourselves, King Emmanuel, but what have you done? Because it's written about you, and it says that the work that you have done, we shall do also. How can they be greater than your works, my Lord? How can it be greater than your works? Because you all are going to do it together without fussing and fighting. Israel, are you ready? Are you ready now to go? How that goes? How does that chorus go? Israel, are you ready? Are you ready now to go? I said we. I said, come over. Yes, come over. I said, hey, we're going to get these chorus again, man. We're going to jump on it. We're going to, hey, watch now. Watch the, you see, I just dropped 2 chorus, watch part 2, Part 2 going to be more intense, Be more than 2, Might be 4 or 5, But for sure, it ain't going to be 2. You see? Yeah, we're going to get all these chorus underneath our belt. These is praises to our God and King. This is bringing equilibrium back to our soul. The singing, the 1-2, it is to recalibrate our goodie. Put everything back in timing. We're out of timing. We need to get back in time. We need to get right in time. That's better. Much better. So family, I like to give thanks to all ones and ones. 4 wings. In making sure that you're safe, you're building yourself, you're secure, you see where the tech, and you're making it happen, you're making it happen because you know in yourself that if you don't make it happen, nobody else will, nobody else will. So this is the glory, my family, that I'm very happy, very, very happy to be in. The glory of being with the ones that will make the difference. I and I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, that will do the greater works. Because what's the greater works? You see? The greater works is doing in unity what He, one man, came and did. What every one man before Him did. Save us. You see? We have this chance that through His government, a 32-member parliament, we can go before the United Nations and fulfill the work that King Emmanuel started, because King Emmanuel has his name in the UN. That means that we need 32 members, UN, prepared in order to go before them, before the General Assembly, and declare the rights of the poor and have-nots, the black race upon the world, that have been taken out of their continent through the slavery and slave trade, and through generations been exploited through every means available through history and documented and documentation, to justice. Bring these people to a justice. Let's give our people the justice due. There's no way this nation is going to change and give any black race any justice right now. You know? No way how. You know? How are they going to do that when they've never done it before? You know? How are they really going to give us a freedom? You know? A freedom to do what? You know? I'm sorry, family, but I'm not sorry. You know? I'm sorry because of how hard this had to be, you know, and how much pain it caused. And I'm not sorry because I'm serving the Lord my God, which I love, because He saved my life. You all don't understand? How can people not understand that? I want to understand. This is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand myself personally. You know, because I didn't come to this order seeking no type of attention or aggrandizement or no kind of, even though my life, how I was coming up, it would seem contrary what I'm saying. Maybe you lie, man, you come to be a superstar and want to be the bobo singer, dancer, superstar. I don't know. But that wasn't what it was. I mean, trust me, I was honored to find out that our God and King loved theater, because His Imperial Majesty loved theater. Marcus Garvey loved theater. And I'm pretty sure our God and King would have loved it if we had some type of entertainment vibes within our own community more than the services, you know. But on top of the services, after this, because look, man, the services are so powerful in of itself that there's so much creativity that is open there for priests to take advantage of. You know, the creativity of 7 priests organizing themselves in such a way that they could chant one psalm during a chorus session, you know, and each one of them take a verse and go through it in a powerful manner, you know, and then the next one pick it up from where it left off, you know, start it and then go into the chant, and then the next one go into, and then they pick up from where they left off and chant it, and then pick up another and their own word, so and then the next one all 7, because you know celebrations go for 7 days, you know. So that means that the kind of organization that has to happen in order for our service to be comfortable, for Israel to come and get cleansed, for the soldiers to get, you know, rejuvenated, it requires everybody's energy, everybody's strength, you know, everybody's will, you know. And if that's not in place, then it's difficult. It become difficult. It become difficult to see that, hey, there is more to this than me. That means everybody personally who is looking for some type of anything other than salvation, you know. Because salvation means you come to God's kingdom, you see the part that you can play in God's kingdom with your talent, and then you execute that with full authority, you know, full authority. you know, after submitting yourself now, because you have to submit. And how do you submit? Well, we have forms, right, that you go through. It shows you what are you submitting to, and then you have the entire Bible, right, to understand the whole historical development of our Father's kingdom, and then you have Ethiopia, which have the original Bible, which we have a great joy to know that there is more for us, you know. But why not master what we have right now? That's what I'm agitating for, family, right now. Let us master this thing, because in a blink of an eye we can pick this thing up and it could be right tomorrow. In 24 to 48 hours, we Bobo Shanti, brothers and sisters within the kingdom of Bobo Shanti, who know the right, can have our nation brand new again. Our Bobo Shanti nation. You see? That is my aspiration with this here final installation of my testimony, family. There's nothing else to testify about, really. What else is there to testify about? I'm trying to do a eagle, the fighting, a whole bunch of going on and thing and so on. And wait until you see the lion. You see the lion yet? So how much work is there to do? It's a wall without end. And until we take that wall without end, by the what? By the hands, by my Lord and Empress, man, we're gonna take it, because this kingdom is ours. But how we gonna take it? Take it in righteousness of salvation, because that's what he came to bring. Are we doing anything different than what King Emmanuel come and bring us to bring? He said he come in righteousness of salvation. Anyone come with a R, accept them. So it's a R. All of us come in here. We are coming a R. Who else come with anything else? Who come with an X in here? X is only an accept, and there's other different words and things that you use, and we ain't gonna even get into that. So because we're not dogmatic, I'm going to use the X letter where it's needed. Because we're not dogmatic, man. We're not gonna beat ourselves over this thing. You see, Marcus said, master the language of the oppressor. And then we're gonna come and beat up the language, but then we're gonna go and read the language perfectly when we are in service. I feel that's a lick up, But if we're honest with ourselves and we move too honest in the thing, then the powers of honesty gonna roll, and then we're gonna be able to open up different channels within our government powers that will make us see clearer what we're doing, and also implement the works that we have to implement with more clarity and more honesty and love, because that is what the law requires in order to work. Honesty, love, communication, and just relentless, listen, yes, relentless, fervor, man, zeal, relentless zeal to want to see the thing done, So I give thanks for the Father, give us that zeal in abundance, that we may be able to come and serve God in this time appointed, in this time in this time appointed, It's look a little strange, but I'm gonna fix it, Yeah, because the time that we're dealing with, is a serious time, This is what we're looking for. Yeah. And you know what? This might change too, you know. Because that's how the artist vibes just move, you know. Sometimes it's, you know, you feel like, and then the next thing you know, an eraser come in and boop, and then you see something else, and the next thing you know, you know. And so the whole fullness is this family, you know. We are brothers and sisters from ancient days, man. We have a job to fulfill. That job is to make sure that everybody on this planet knows that King Emmanuel is the black Christ in flesh, the Christ that's written in that Bible, you know, as the Christ comforter, the one 2,000 years ago said that he would send, the spirit of truth that's been telling the people here that they are mistreating our black people and to let them go. And these people here have been saying no for the longest time. You know, King Emmanuel has addressed the League of Nations, King Selassie addressed the League of Nations and the United Nations, you see, because yes, the King of Kings had to manifest himself to the world of nations, you see, and his ambassador, the black Christ in flesh, King Emmanuel, represents his word out here in flesh. Now the thing is that how his word manifests in flesh is according to how the flesh manifests in the location it manifests, you see. And how we manifest out here in the West is tragic, you see. So coming out of that manifestation, right, through this reincarnation process, the study is intense, you know. But you see that we come all mixing, you know. So righteous Bobo Shanti, brethren and sistren, might be doctors and lawyers and professionals that have no locks on them whatsoever, or you know, sanitary workers, you know, that are just moving through with a heart of love, you know. But yeah, police officer, soldier, everybody in society, you know. In every organization there's good and there's evil. Every organization, right? So then that means that for sure we got evil in our organization, for sure, you know. So my job is not to go after the person, you know, that the evil is in her, but the evil in the person. I know that kind of, that, you know, because it's in the person, right? But the thing is that how are we going to mercifully manifest Matthew 18? You know? Because there's a lot of things that we as a church have to do now together that is past beyond the one person, 2 or 3 person congregation thing. It needs the nation's attention now to fix what we have to fix. You know? That means the Nyabingi house. That means the 12th tribe house. That means the house of David. That means the EWF mighty. That means, you know, I and I. But first our Bobo Shanti house, our EABIC house. Come on. We can do this thing. We can set this thing together, man. We are all intelligent people. I've come to know many of us And wow, we have everything we need. We missing the love. The whole lot of love though. Okay, not just some of the love. The whole lot of love. We missing that. It hasn't been done yet. So what are we waiting for? You know, the world already, they are already in their protocol, their self-save protocol. This is what they have for them to show their longevity in their plan for their existence. Our Father has prepared a place for us so that we can come and be a part of His existence. We have to show that we know now what our Father wanted us to do, and we have to show it. We cannot talk about it anymore. We have to show it. It has to be a show, an action. And nobody can tell what that action has to be felt. You know? We all know what we mean. We all have family. We know what love is. We know, we know what's true love. We know fake love too. So we can't come with a fake love. I'm not going to laugh too easy, after this. Smile too easy with ones. Unless I feel the true love behind it. There's a feeling, there's a real feeling that you could actually feel, you could weigh, just like how Babylon have it now, that they can weigh negative energy and positive energy. Is a real thing. They can weigh the spirit. They know the spirit has matter. It's matter. They know this. They tell us this now. And they're making it, they're saying it so much that, in time to come, you're going to think like they always been saying it. And they know. They got our people to feel so important that they change an election, but then now threaten to take that power through different voting rights that would make what happened in this election not happen again. Or at least not if the people are not organized enough to be able to, make an impact and then protect themselves from any repercussions. And this is what we don't have as a race of black people. Our continent cannot provide security for its people that are in the diaspora. And we are in the diaspora are completely cut off from our own selves, because we are wherever we are, English or American or Canadian or West Indian, or all these things that King Emmanuel has brought us to remembrance. We are not. We're all Ethiopians. We're all God's children, and God is in Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is the whole continent of Africa, but it is specifically Addis Ababa, the capital, just like Washington DC, the capital of the United States. Well, Addis Ababa is the capital of Africa. Do ones know that? Do ones even think like this? Only the Rastafari nation thinks like this, And, well, I have to take that back. You see, because, and really and truly, not really, because the Rastafari nation is all nations, of all people. They just have their own vine and fig tree. One God for us all. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. And so, family, I obviously cannot, do finish this and give you, this final word song, So I'm just gonna, give you a final little look here, before it goes into the complete developmental stages and then into the, its final home, you know. But of course, I'm gonna stay here because I'm gonna beautify it and make a thing and then take a picture of that, and you all will see it eventually, But you know, family, let love abide. Okay, let it be our strength. Let it be our shield, our power, our buckling, unifying strength. Let it be our glue. True love, man. I'm waiting for ones and ones to reach out to the office of the embassy. I've reached out already many times. Please reach out. We have our work to do. The work requires us to do it together. And until ones and ones start acknowledging ones and ones, the way that we acknowledge our headquarters, we acknowledge all the offices them internationally, from the Miami office to the Bahamas office to the Trinidad office, the Virgin Islands office, the office in St. Lucia, the offices in Grenada. Where office in Grenada? I don't know where that come from, but it just come. Might have an office in Grenada. Chile, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, Europe, England, France, Africa, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Ethiopia, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, from Cape to Cairo, Timbuk 1 to Timbuktu. What else do we have to lose? We don't have nothing to lose, family. What is flesh without the spirit? If we fear what they can do to the flesh and don't fear him that can destroy the flesh and the spirit, give thanks, my Lord and Empress, for this opportunity, and give thanks for the love that I've been showing, through the viewings, and, that youth man of mine, that son of mine is a very special individual, I'm grateful to be in his presence, He's a mighty youth. He have an arsenal with his sisters. And even his other sisters, they too are a powerhouse as well. Ayana and Princess Imani, Princess Ayana. Thank you for making me a granddaddy. But we got work to do. We all have work to do. So to the works, there's labor for our Most High King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, Redemption God, Jah Rastafari, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Yes, right, family. This is Honorable Prophet Muambe Benito Acosta, live and direct from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm gonna take a break right now. It's 3 a.m. Take a little soup, a little fresh, and get ready for Psalm reading, and take it into the next day. See if I can seal up this work here, and then show you all a next level of something. Let's keep progress going. Maybe I could show you how we working and making our shop happen, and show you all the roof that we're gonna be tearing up and so putting back together, and many works, family, many works, But until such time, all guidance, protection, going out and coming in, all love and prosperity, all you ones aspiring to be artists and artists, focus. Focus. There is no excuse to being untidy. Don't be an untidy artist. You know, be focused. Put everything in its place. You know, but stay focused. This is the fullness. You know, that's all it is. It's a 1-2. You know, the simple. Those that have it that are so as easy as an easy talent, it's okay. That's great. You know, give thanks to the Father for it. You know, and enjoy it. Have others enjoy it. You know, don't be arrogant about it. Love your talent, you know, but don't be arrogant about it. Share it, you know. Let us share each other's talents, man. You know, let us strengthen each other's uh, 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 blessings, so that the Father may strengthen us continually, said we. You know. Until such time, family, glory be unto our Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy One of creation. As Jah was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, Jah world without end, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. So behold how good and pleasant it is for brethren and sisters to dwell together in one love and unity. It is as a precious ointment that's upon the head that went down the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirt of his garment, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mighty mountain of Zion. For there our Lord commanded the blessing, even life and love forevermore. Most High King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. He arose a victor from the dark domain. Now he lives forever with his saints to reign. I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Divine love, royal family, you know, in a moment, my lords.